station today. It's kind of cold outside. We thought we would make some more pig oil, cooking oil today. We're going to do things differently today. The other day when we were showing you, we were slicing it frozen and thin, and it cooked out good. We got out of 15 pounds, we got 6 quarts, which is 12 pounds of the really nice clean cooking oil, and then we had to cook down the cracklings, which made the oil a little darker. And we originally ground this stuff really thin, and it seemed like it cooked out a lot quicker and cleaner. The water leaves the fat quicker, so you're not overcooking your oil. So I've sliced everything up. We put it in the cooler yesterday, left the lid open all day, shut it last night, got it this morning. The fat was 39 degrees. The deer meat's still in the mid-20s, so we'll be doing that tomorrow. There are so many benefits to cutting this or freezing this fat before you process it, among killing any possible parasites that are in it. When you're slicing this stuff thin, we found a couple more of these glands in here. When you're slicing it, a gland is a completely different color from meat. So they show up really good, and you can get any remaining ones out. The thing was, when we processed this 650-pound pig the other day, it was going to be warm that day, close to 60 degrees by noon. And of course, you want to dispatch the pig, get him hung up, take his skin off, take his insides out, and get him cooling off as soon as possible. And there was just 4 of us, and only 2 of us had done this before. So it was quite a process. It took us right at 3 hours to get him completely skinned and ready to cut up and start putting in a cooler. And it took another 3 hours to get him in a cooler. So things like this, we got a big degree of them out, but things do get missed. And the big thing is just to get them on ice and get them cooling down as soon as possible. We feel that everything worked out right time-wise. And he was just really beautiful. It took 2 more days on ice to get him cut up and put in the freezer, vacuum sealed and whatnot. So then you start over from there, pulling things back out of the freezer. We also were blessed with 7 deer that were donated to us by friends. So it's been a very busy 2 weeks, but we're going to finish shaving this frozen block of fat, and then we're going to grind it. You can add a little, fat does not grind well. It does not go through the funnel very well. It tends to gum up after a while. So we'll be misting this fat with a little bit of water. It doesn't hurt it, helps it slide right through the grinder, makes the processing a lot easier. And then when you're cooking it, as soon as your oil hits 225, 230 degrees, because you want to cook it slow, the water that's loose dissipates immediately. And we use filtered water from a reverse osmosis water filter, because our well is kind of, we just want clean whenever we can, or process anything, we use filtered water. No contaminants or anything in it. So I'm going to finish cutting this up, and then we'll get it ground, and we'll get back with you shortly. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Till next time.
Okay, guys, I just want to take a minute to show you the difference between the shaved fat. It's much bigger, of course, and then we use the 3/16 inch plate on the grinder. That right there is going to work a whole lot better when you're cooking it down. It won't take as long for the heat of the 230 degrees or whatever to take its effect and turn these into cracklings, to get the moisture out of it and to make a cleaner use oil. So we'll be back with you shortly. Thank you. Okay, guys, I got my beautiful wife here stirring up the lard. We just want to give you a quick update. We have we finished grinding everything this morning. The reason that we showed you the other day when we were making lard from just the shavings and the cubes was because if you don't have a grinder, we wanted to show that it still works good. And we thought that we would try it too, because there's several people online that do it. But our preference is to grind it. You see how small these pieces are. They are breaking down really fast in the heat. We've only been cooking now for about 30 minutes, and it is really, really breaking down quick. The moisture will leave the fat a whole lot quicker. so you'll have finer cracklings to deal with as well. But it's looking good, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks. Hey guys, we're back. It's been about an hour and 10 minutes now, and we've got 14 pounds of fat in 2 kettles going here. We turned it up a little bit. We're on 4 or 5, and as long as you're adding ice cold fat to the mix and stirring rigorously, it melts down and changes temperature quickly. We're at 160 in the big pot and about 170 in yeah, okay, about 130 in the little pot. What you want to do is try to get the whole pot up to approximately 225 to 230. That's when it starts boiling the moisture out and cooking the cracklings. And you got to stir vigorously when you're adding that much at once. And once you get it up to say 225, 230, you want to turn the heat down to where it maintains that heat while stirring. And it should go pretty quick. Like I said, we've been doing this about an hour and 10 minutes. And while we were doing this, my wife made some wonderful bread. So we're going to be looking at burgers tonight. So anyway, we'll talk to you soon. Thank you very much.
Till next time.
Okay, guys, we're 2 hours in now. We have brought the temperature up to 225, and we've turned the ovens down just about as low as we can get them to keep a very light simmer going. You see that it's melting down beautifully. The smaller chunks definitely eject the water a whole lot faster. So we're going to have a nice, clean process going here. But it's all about keeping it low and slow. So this is 14 pounds of fat. We'll probably get about 16 pounds of oil out of it. And I don't know that lard is for everybody. We just like it because it's pure and clean. There's no additives to it. It's just good cooking oil. It stays clean as long as you don't burn it, and it's great for flavoring your food. It's almost like using bacon grease, just a little less in the flavor. But we'll be back shortly. It's coming along great. We're only 2 hours in. Thank you so much. Okay, guys, so it's been just under 2 hours now. We started at 10:30. Everything is moving along beautifully. The cracklings are just starting to get brown, and we have been maintaining the temperature is right at 215 for each pot, which is a nice slow boil for getting the water out and extracting the fat from the cracklings. As they start to get brown, I'm fixing to pour the contents together, and then I will take this big strainer here and I will pour all of the oil through it. I'll get the cracklings out of it, and then at that point the pure oil will be almost done. You just a few more minutes to purge the rest of the water out of it, and then I'm going to pour it into jars. Like I said before, when you pour this hot oil, you still want it to stay kind of hot. Run it down around 2, but not so hot that it cracks your jars. So I'll put an inch or so in each jar, probably 4 jars at once, because I've got at least 1.5 gallons of oil here, and let that come up for a minute, and then I will finish straining the rest through. If all your cracklings and your debris is out of there, you can dip off the top lightly, and you don't need to use the coffee filters. When you get down to the bottom, it's suggested that you use a coffee filter in your funnel to keep the residue out of it. So I'm going to get this done, and again, 2 hours is pretty amazing for 1.5 gallons of oil. So we'll talk to you soon. Thank you. Okay, so I've combined all the ingredients into the smaller pot. Fit perfectly. That's a 2-gallon pot. I took some paper towels. I wiped my oil pot out really good. Now I'm going to strain the cracklings into here, dipping the oil over, and I'll be back with you shortly. Thank you. Okay, guys, we're back for a minute. I have finished straining off the oil from the cracklings. Cracklings are cooking on their own. They're starting to get nice and brown. Like I said, you want to keep your temperature. That's a little cool yet, but they're boiling a little bit. They'll bring themselves back up. Now the oil, I have it at 231, 225 is boiling. So you see that the The water content is almost completely gone from it. We'll let that simmer a few more minutes, and then we're going to put it in these jars and continue cooking this. Now, the last time we cooked lard, we finished browning the cracklings in a cast iron skillet, and it seemed like it worked a lot better for cooking the cracklings. But we'll do it this time. The next time we cook, we're probably going to be doing the leaf lard. And now, not everybody can get a pig. We were blessed. We have some friends out here that raise pigs, and they give us some really good prices on them. But if you have a local butcher, you can probably get a really good price on the regular fat trimmings from a pig and make your own cooking oil. Again, it's very tasty and very healthy, in my opinion. And then the leaf lard, which is like premium cooking oil, you get for a little bit more, and you make it basically the same process. If you have a grinder, you grind it. It comes out a little quicker and a little finer and a little cleaner. And if you don't have the grinder, you can cut it up into small chunks, and it will still cook down. It just takes a little longer to do so. So anyway, I'm going to get moving forward, and we'll talk soon. Thanks. Okay, guys, so we're back. The cats smelled the cracklings cooking, and they had to get theirs. I do want to give a shameless plug for our chickens. We have 11 of them. 5 of them are taking the winter off, but we're going to give them a little grace. We grew them from the eggs last January, February, and they've done pretty good. They're coming along. The eggs are getting bigger. This is what I got to deal with. The boys don't care nothing about us, but every time I cook, the girls do. So we're down to the last final works here. You see that the cracklings are getting nice and brown, and you see by the liquid that the water is pretty much all but left. So what I'll do now is I'll strain these cracklings off again, and it won't take a few minutes for the rest of the water to leave the oil once the cracklings are gone. And we'll be putting them into jars, and we will talk again soon. Thank you so much. Okay, so isn't that some yummy cracklings? They're nice and crunchy. They drain very well when they get to this point. So when you bag them up to freeze them, they store very well. I forgot to tell you about the chicken eggs too. That was 2 days worth of eggs. And if you're going to do this kind of stuff, you got to have some chickens, because you don't need a garbage disposal if you have chickens. They like cleaning the bones off. They like all the fat trimmings and everything. We are just about done dipping this up, and it's draining out very nicely. So we'll talk again soon. Thanks. Hey, everybody. We are through. The dishes are done, and Miss Mary's bagging up the cracklings right now. We had about a 16-pound bag of fat that we started with this morning, and we have 6 quarts of cooking lard, 4 premium and 2 for deep frying. They're about 2 pounds a piece. So amazingly, we have about 12 pounds of oil, and then we have close to 2 pounds of cracklings, and man, they are yummy. I'm just saying. So we looked it up online a little while ago, and this lard is between $8 and $15 a pint. So if you're interested in doing something like this, I would suggest going and buying a pint of it. The write-ups online say that it's actually more healthy for you than butter. And if you're buying store-bought butter, I can believe that. And if you're comparing store-bought lard to homegrown lard, I'm sure there is a health difference there as well. So we're going to finish packing up, and tomorrow we're going to do a recap on it. And I hope you guys have a blessed night.
Till next time.
Thank you. God bless.